Hello, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 17! Episode 18! Episode 18 of Ace Attorney Investigation 2! Episode 18! I'm out of it! Freaking last time, we found out that basically it was Elbird who was in that security footage, not Knightley, and Ubis didn't do the murder. Elbird was in a disguised uniform, and Rocky saved the day. Anyways, let's just get back to it. Hey, Elbird! You! I'll just eat a nightly cell! I ain't got nothing like that. That's it. It will open. It will already lock. I got there. Ba boom ba bing. Indeed, the cell was vacant after Knightley's death, which is why, at the time we conducted our investigation, it was unlocked. Your successful escape attempt occurred after Knightley's death, so the door would have been open. However, you had tried to escape once before then.
The plan was well thanks to Rocky. The video showed it.
Yes, that was during the animal show, before Knightley's death was known. And the cell was locked, because no one knew he was dead. Without the key to Knightley's cell, your escape would have been impossible. Gah! Gah! That means it can't be. It's exactly what you think. In this case, the stolen key, the culprit is J. Elbird. You were the one who attacked the guard, weren't you? The guard and Knightley too, in order to steal the cell key. And of course, Knightley has once again proven to be the bottom B of the ladder. It wasn't me. I didn't know any Knightley. After stealing the key, you returned to your cell as a precautionary measure. Then you waited for a time when the prison would be most vacant. That was just before Knightley's death became known. In other words, during the animal show. In the end, that plan was foiled thanks to Rocky. Don't screw with me. If you don't have evidence, I'll still win by decision. Besides, it was that Knightley guy who attacked the guy, right? I think not. Behind the theft of the key, Knightley was the victim. This proves that Knightley was the victim who was not attacked in his cell.
Take that.
In Knightley's cell, there were traces of his blood, which had been wiped away. I believe that this is more than enough proof that Knightley was attacked in his cell. You attacked those two people and stole the key, didn't you? Damn! I never thought you'd find the blood stain I wiped away with the newspaper.
How'd you go through the trouble of wiping the blood stain?
Because I didn't want him to say blood, that's all. On the hands of Knightley and the guard, there were obviously signs of scuffle, you know. If the blood stains were discovered, they'd find out there was another attacker. If anyone looked around the bed, the tunnel I dug would have been discovered. So you're trying to buy more time for your escape attempt, but I'm afraid to say your plan was all ended in failure. Now then, hand over the keys to Knightley's cell. Gah! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Damn it! Damn it, you wanna die? You wanna die? Because that was the last thing Horace said, and he is dead now. Look what happened to him. No way, how could an amateur like you knock me out? He's here. I got the keys right here. Hold it, if you have the key, then that means... That's right. Judge Courtney, you have reasoned that Knightley stole the key and used it to leave the cell. From there, he entered Mr. Key's cage and was moved to the workroom. However, the very foundation of that hypothesis has collapsed. I see. In that case, there was only one person who could have moved Knightley. The criminal must have been someone who knew about the secret tunnel. Hey, are you suggesting... Hey, Elbird, you're under arrest now! Wait, I didn't do nothing! Sure, I knocked out those two guys, and I sold the keys. Then I ate his dinner. It was a nice dinner. I ate bread. Is that bread? Like bread. And then I pissed on his suit because he looked like a weenie. But that was all. Okay, I plowed his ass. There, you happy? I tapped his ass. I'm not I need to do. I can't be doing Rocky. And then I waited for the perfect time in that guy's cell. But the cell was empty then. There was no body either. And it's also well glad I got into the workroom. I couldn't even leave my own cell, right? It's true, you only had the key to Knightley's. But there's also Dogan's dog. What? It's been possible for the dog to carry the body from the to the workroom. I see. So you're saying there was an accomplice. The crime would have been possible if Dogan would have. The crime would have been possible if Elbird and Dogan were working together. It's perfectly possible. Somehow Elbird managed to carry Knightley's body onto his own cell. And then the dog must have carried it to the workroom. Yes, because all the animals can move freely in the prison. But that's not the case for the path between the detention cell and the prison. The only one who could use that route was you, J. Elbird. What? There's another route that you didn't know about. There could have been. The tunnel is a straight path, is it not? Yeah, it seems like it. I didn't have enough time to dig any more than I did. I only dug halfway up the corridor. What? You mean to say that you didn't dig the entire tunnel? When I got to that cell, the tunnel was already there. There was a tunnel linking my cell to the well. Down the well from the courtyard, there was no mistaking it. They've always been connected. I just continued the tunnel with my digging. What was that hole doing there in the first place? Who knows? Maybe another inmate dug it in an attempt to escape.
Or maybe owls dug it. Maybe they wanted to drink from the well.
That's highly doubtful. There's no water in that well anymore. It's all dried up. Wait a minute. That's it. For some reason, that well gave up a nice scent. A nice scent? I don't know what it was, but it smelled sweet like candy. This scent, I believe we came across it before. You know the scent from?
Take that!
Knightley's body was giving off a sweet candy-like scent. We used the police dog to track that scent, and that led us to discover the tunnel. By any chance, could this be the same scent as well? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I know what you're trying to say. That's the scent proves the body was carried down to the tunnel. Exactly, and J. Elbird, you are the only one who could have used the tunnel. Thank you. Mr. Elbird, I am very grateful to you. At last the truth has come to light. Mr. Elbird, wouldn't it be wise to confess now? To being an accomplice, I mean? Don't tell me even you suspect me too, weird stuffy lady who has the weird organ music. Judge Courtney, it seems like you and I have come to the same conclusion. Not at all. Our thoughts on this matter are still quite different. Mr. Elbird was certainly an accomplice, but an accomplice to Horace Knightley. What do you mean? Mr. Elbird did not move the body. He simply lent the victim his keys.
What? What?
It would seem Mr. Elbird did indeed strike Mr. Knightley on the head. However, Mr. Knightley was not knocked out. The two must have had made a little negotiation. Negotiation? For Mr. Knightley's escape plan to work, he would have needed the keys to his cell, so Mr. Elbird stole them from the guard. On the other hand, for Mr. Elbird to escape, he needed to get to Mr. Knightley's cell. But if Mr. Knightley had seen him and yelled, the plan would have gone down the drain. And so, they negotiated. I didn't negotiate nothing. I wouldn't negotiate with some weenie like that. He plays chess. You think I would negotiate with nuts? I'll beat the crap out of him. I'd beat him unconscious and then throw him in the corner and rape his ass. That's what we do in this prison. Because booty, when you get in this prison for this long, booty it becomes like the water. You gotta have the booty. Oh, you still intend to do that? Damn you, B! I'm gonna punch your head in. I see. So in other words, we're back where we started. Mr. Elbird opened the cell door and Mr. Knightley entered Mr. Key's cage. And then he was moved into the prison.
Oh, of course! And then he was killed in the prison workroom.
Weren't you listening? The scent of the body shows it must have been moved to the tunnel. Knightley was moved from the detention center to that done. Please wait until someone is finished before speaking. I do not claim that he wasn't moved through the tunnel. What? You don't? The scent shows that the body was moved through the tunnel. However, that does not mean it came from the detention center.
What do you mean? It sounds like a contradiction to me.
Isn't there one more possibility? The well in the courtyard. It's possible the body was dropped down there.
The courtyard? Ah, that well in the courtyard.
Mr. Keyes carried the cage not to the workroom, but to the courtyard. Mr. Knightley was killed in the courtyard and his body was dropped down the well. And then the body at the bottom of the well was moved by Mr. Dogan's dog. Now, there's one more thing I'd like you all to remember. Before the body was discovered, what was happening in the courtyard?
The animal show, right? Regina and Simon were there. Wait, Simon! Ah!
I see you understand. Who then dropped the body down the well? Judge Courtney. She's a tough opponent. Her flexible way of thinking endless enables her to adapt and come up with her own deductions. Mr. Knightley was not carried to the workroom, but to the courtyard. And Mr. Keyes was off stage for 15 minutes. This was when he dropped Mr. Knightley down the well. It's as simple as that. Judge Courtney, your reasoning is sound, I'll admit that. However, let's say the body was dropped down the well. That didn't have to be done during the show. It could have been done at a different time. Unfortunately for you, Prosecutor Edgeworth, that's not possible. What?! When the show started, Mr. Elbird was in the tunnel on his way to the cell block. Mr. Elbird, at that time, did you happen to see a body in the tunnel? Nope! Nothing like that. So if the body had been dropped before the show, Mr. Elbird would have seen it. However, he has stated he did not see a body. So it is impossible to think the body was dropped before the show. And after the show, the body was discovered in the workroom. In other words, the body being dropped down the well and then moved into the workroom could only have been done during the show. And the only one who could have done it is Simon Keyes. No!
Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do?
If the body was moved through the well, that does put Mr. Keyes at a major disadvantage. However, the notion that the body was moved through the well is only a hypothesis. That doesn't mean there is evidence. I am obliged to recognize that fact. Will you allow me to investigate the courtyard once more? No. I give my approval in the name of the gods of law. Reinvestigating the courtyard. I fear this may be our final chance. Huh? What?
Fire!
Could be another prison break now! Should we evacuate? Everyone, please remain calm. This is just a signal for the evening meal. It's a little loud, so I can understand why you'd be surprised.
It sure scared me.
I'm terribly sorry. And with that, everyone, please return to your posts. J. Elbird, it's also time for you to return to your room. Bah! I got it! Let's go, Rocky! One rolling. We will be proceeding to the courtyard for another investigation. Is it time for you to go home as well, Mr. Edgeworth? It looks like we're out of time. Why don't you continue this another time? But this investigation! Today's been a big day, right? With the escaped prisoner and all. So I'm afraid I can't lay out ties like you loitering around any longer. Loiter! This is my decision as the warden of this prison. Looks like it can't be helped. The warden's word can be called the law of this prison. Prosecutor Edgeworth, this means we will have to carry out our investigation another day. Until then, you may hold on to your prosecutor's badge. And with that, I leave you. Now, I think it's time that you all left. Well, it looks like we'll have to continue this investigation tomorrow. Knightley's body was dropped down the well, and that was carried to the workroom by Mr. Elbird's cell. This is Judge Courtney's logic. Is it correct? And Judge Courtney claims that Mr. Keyes transported him, but was Mr. Keyes really the only one with a chance to move him?
Mr. Edgeworth, let's do our best tomorrow. Let's save Simon no matter what.
Indeed, I agree. I must prove Mr. Keyes' innocence without fail. To be continued. We're coming out. We're coming down to the wire. March 29th, 10:12 a.m. Prison courtyard. The courtyard. Depending on what we find here, the entire incident could become clear. However,
There's nothing left here.
yesterday. Isn't there one more possibility? The well in the courtyard. It's possible the body was dropped down from there. In other words, the body being dropped down the well and then moved to the workroom could only have been done during the show. And the only one who could have done it is Simon Keys. Was the body dropped down the well or not? This could be the decisive clue that we need to reach the truth of the matter. Before I continue with the investigation, I should organize my evidence. I said unnecessary evidence removed. Yeah, as you can see, things have been organized. We don't have Dogan's dog anymore.
Let's see here. Hey, there's a grate here.
The well is run dry after all. He even put a lock on it.
Lockpicking is one of my specialties, want to see?
There's absolutely no need for you to show off.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. Whoa!
What happened, Kay?
The lock is broken. Judging by the looks of it, it feels like it was broken some time ago.
The lock was broken. This means that anyone could have dropped the body down the well. According to Judge Courtney's reasoning, Mr. Keys murdered Knightley in the courtyard. And then during the show, he disposed of the body in the well. You think so? Did he really use the well to move the body?
I know. Let's get Missile to help us again. He should be able to track inside the body.
Good idea. Let me contact Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe just posted. Miss Edgeworth, are you called? Yes, sir. Miss Detective Gumshoe here. Detective, I have a favor to ask you. We would like you to bring Missile to the prison courtyard. Sounds like you need help with one of my 7 secret weapons again, huh, sir? I thought Missile belonged to the police department. And also, I would like to contact a witness. Please contact Regina Barry of the Berry Big Circus and bring her here. Roger that, sir! I'll bring the woman in a flash. Just please, do me one favor, Miss Edgeworth. What, Gumshoe? If I run into that clown, and he starts saying jokes, pray for me, sorry. No.
So, what should we do while we wait for Gummy? How is hide and seek?
What are you talking about, okay? There's nowhere to hide here. I don't think that's the issue. Okay, during times like this, isn't it your turn to shine?
Oh, that! You want me to recreate the crime scene?
Huh? How do you do that?
See for yourselves, the great thief's secret weapon, Little Thief!
Whoa! What's that? Greens falling in midair? Just what are you doing, Kay?
I'm entering the information here for the simulation!
Mr. Shields, this Little Thief is a tool that can recreate a crime scene based on the information it's given.
So, I said for now this place was like when we came here yesterday?
Yes, I believe they were in the middle of taking down the set. We didn't pay enough attention to the well, so it's possible that we may have missed a clue.
Leave it to me, I took a picture of the place too. There, and there! Data entry complete. That has set the projection to max opta. Dark skies meeting when no other bird natures dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the truth of the real modern-day Robin Hood.
What the? What just happened?
I recreated the courtyard from yesterday, based on the information I entered. This was a tool the previous Yanagarasa used. It was a device to run simulations to practice stealing things.
By using this matter, we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past.
Oh, but it's still only a recreation based on the information we have. I can't recreate what I don't have information for. If any information is incorrect, the recreation could come out strange too.
In this case, since Kay had a photo, there should be no problem. Now then, let's begin the investigation. As you can see, they changed the theme.
Since it's a recreation, you can examine things like you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction.
Yes, I know. First, I should start with that well. Let's examine the area around the well. There's nothing. Yes, I was a little too low. This is a metal weight. It weighs. It's hard to see the recreation. Okay, do you remember?
I think it was 33 pounds. I wonder what such a heavy thing was used for. It doesn't seem to be directly related to the circus.
It's used for the people. It's used as as a souvenir. You tie a rope around your feet, one end of a rope to your feet, the other to the way. You toss the weight in Gourd Lake, and it basically puts you out of your misery, so you don't have to listen to most jokes anymore. It's a sturdy hemp rope.
It looks like the rope they use for tug of wars.
I'm not going to play tug of war with you.
I didn't even say anything yet.
There's a metal stake attached to the end of the rope.
Ah, you can use these pins. Use these to pin down the tent when you go camping.
It doesn't seem like they'd be used for this performance. I wonder why it was used for. Okay, next thing, this one. There's some pulleys here. And they don't appear to be the pulleys that were used to lift the bucket from the well. The well was being on the stage, so that means only a few people would have access to dump the body in the well during the performance. This isn't looking good for Mr. Keys.
These things are on the well. What are they used for? They don't seem to be related to the animal show.
I agree. We can ask Miss Berry about it later. This is the stage where they put on the animal show.
If I find a great stage show, I wonder if anyone would go.
I read this already. Yes, Edgeworth and his lack of manual labor. This crate. No, there are tires attached to it, so I guess it's a cart.
Just once, I'd like to ride on one of these bad boys downhill. Ah, or maybe one of those officers with wheels. That's nothing like fun.
What's she talking about? What was the elephant's name again?
She's a Steak the Asian elephant.
Ah, that's right. It's an easy name to remember. Maybe they couldn't think of a good name, so they just gave her a name that's easy to remember.
Mr. Edgeworth, what terrible thing to say about poor Steak?
That's all the information we can gather for now. The detective should be here soon. Okay, go ahead and shout out Little Thief.
All right, return the area to normal.
Sorry, give you away, Zoe!
Hey, speak of the gummy!
Detective Gumshoe, that was quick. Trust me, Zoe, I want to get out of the house, baby, as fast as humanly possible. I couldn't keep you waiting for too long, Zoe.
Thanks for coming along too, Regina. No problem. It sounds like fun. So I skip practice. Come here.
Thank you for your cooperation. First, Detective, let's have Missile do some tracking. No problem, Zoe. Hey, Missile! Over here, pal! Hey, what's in your pal? I said over here. What's the matter? It looks like he's scared of something, Zoe. Alligator! I guess he's scared of the alligator, Zoe. Good grief, looks like Missile won't be much help to us. So what should we do, Miles? Maybe we can ask Miss Berry for help.
What is it? What is it? Something I can do? You want me to teach Allie a trick?
Actually, she probably could. No, I just need you to tell me about the condition of the courtyard during the show.
Looks like it's my time to shine again.
Yes, if you please.
Alright, this should do it.
Sorry, I forgot that last line.
Recreation complete. This time you can see how the courtyard was during the animal show.
This should be around the time the boy was dropped down the well.
Wow, cool. It's just like magic. It's not magic. I just recreated based on the scenes, based on the impression you gave us. See? Look over there.
The backstage area is missing.
Well, Regina didn't help with the preparation, so she doesn't really know how it was set up.
I get it. You can't recreate what you don't have the info for, huh?
I'm sorry. It's because Simon took care of everything up.
Don't worry yourself none. Regina Pie, Miles is the one at fault here. Why me?
Mr. Edgeworth, I've recreated the show in progress. I can also change it how it was earlier when it was being taken down.
I see, so we can examine the courtyard during the show and after the show. We can freely switch between the two states. change the recreation, select the little thief button, the left bottom button. Damn it, CzarThwomp, you're flooding up my lines. You're getting too tired. You need to stop soon. Now let's begin the investigation. Okay, which we are actually going to do next time. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stick around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer. Come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever you want. With that, I'll see you later. Bye.